Hello Channel NITT viewers, I am DS, your psychologist, and welcome to another episode on Channel NITT. In one of our previous episodes, we talked about how digital advancement has caused many people to go about their life in a very mindless manner. So technological advances have actually changed our lives a lot. With technological advancements such as having smart gadgets and smartphones, many people's memories have already improved. This is because we no longer need to memorize a lot of phone numbers as we used to before. So as a result, we do not use our memories as much as we used to use them before. What happens? Our memory naturally deteriorates. What happens? Our memory naturally... What happens? Our memory naturally... What happens? Our memory naturally deteriorates. So, we have a poorer memory than we used to before. And definitely, children and teenagers nowadays have poorer memory than the children and teenagers of the yesteryears. So this is one of the examples how technological advances and digital advances have changed the human life. So in this episode, we're going to give one more example how our lives may have changed due to digital advancement. And it is not what you actually may be thinking. No, it has nothing to do with our brain or brain functions. It has to do with sex. Our topic of today is voyeurism. A voyeur is a person who enjoys watching other people disrobe or engage in sexual activity. A voyeur can be a he or a she, it does not matter. However, a male voyeur is also known as the peeping Tom. So in the past, a peeping Tom may always be lurking around the shopping center toilets, peeping at other people peeing, or peeping into cubicles to see if there's anybody having sex inside or masturbating inside. A peeping Tom may also be found in parks trying to find unsuspecting victims having sex in cars. They will watch out for cars that appear to be moving. So they will move towards the car and try to see what the activity inside the car is. Most of the time, the people inside the car will just not bother with the voyeur at all. Well, this may not be the only type of voyeurism. Voyeurism can also take place between neighbors. So what this means is that if you are staying in this block, you can use binoculars to peep at people bathing or changing clothes in the other block, or even in the same block depending on how your room is situated. This is also known as voyeurism. So where in Singapore can you find voyeurs? I've done some research on some Singapore websites, and this is the list of places where voyeurs may actually go to because these are popular sites where people may be having outdoor sex. There is a disclaimer though, I have not personally been to these places before, so I am not sure whether there is really outdoor sex going on in these places. One thing to note though, it is not a crime to be a peeping Tom, but it is an offense to have outdoor sex because it is considered an outrage of modesty if you are caught. A lot of research has been done on the voyeurs, so I'm going to share some information about the characteristics of voyeurs. Although many research point to the fact that males and females are equally likely to be voyeurs, most of the research is done on the peeping Tom. Female voyeurism is actually very rare in terms of research. Many sources suggest that voyeurism is actually 150 times more common than what has been reported to the police. One research has even suggested that 65% of males actually admitted to peeping at least once in their life. So they may have at one point in their life engage in voyeurism. So what are some characteristics of voyeurs? One characteristic is that they tend to have more partners in a year than the general population. No, it's not more sex, it's more sexual partners. Research has also found that it is more likely for voyeurs to have sex with a same-sex partner. Another common characteristic of voyeurs is that their first intercourse may happen at a very late age. Now, I have a fourth characteristic of voyeurs, and this might be a very curious characteristic. They tend to be coming from a high socio-economic status. In any case, non-consensual voyeurism is considered to be a form of sexual abuse. If a voyeur becomes very obsessed with a particular person, they may even engage in stalking behavior, in which case this becomes a crime. Now, with the rise of digital advancement, now voyeurism may actually become a crime. Why? With the rise of the smartphones, the tactics of voyeurs have changed. Now they use spy cams, they use phones to record sexual activity or even non-sexual activity. So voyeurs can now take outskirt videography on an escalator or in the toilet. They can also film an unsuspecting female bathing in the hostel bathroom. So you probably would have heard intermittently of some news of some voyeurs being caught taking videos of females bathing or disrobing in the toilet. This is considered voyeurism. Usually before a voyeur is caught, he may have already taken up to hundreds of videos. And the victims could be male or female. To protect yourself, make sure that when you are disrobing or having a shower, even at home, to totally make sure there's no gap between the curtains, and always try to cover the back of your skirts. So why are there voyeurs? So psychologically, voyeurism is considered a maladaptive way of coping with stress and boredom. Many voyeurs even report that it is a thrill to actually watch and not get caught. A person who has engaged in voyeurism for over 6 months is regarded to have paraphilia, which is a mental disorder. So as you can see, voyeurism has evolved together with the times with the rise of technological advancement. So what this means is that we must be more careful. But one thing to note, many incidences of voyeurism may be just incidental or opportunistic in nature. Well, I hope that you have found this episode interesting. We will produce many more videos like this. If you have not subscribed, do consider subscribing so that we can continue to add value to you. Okay, I am going to sign off now and I'll see you in my next episode. Goodbye!